Hi everybody, I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV here in Round Rock, Texas. Today I'm going to show you the 2019 2285 trailer. Now the 2285 model has been a really good seller for us for, years. It's got a great layout inside, it's got the quality features that you've come to expect from a Lance. It's a 4-season trailer, 27 feet long including the tongue. This trailer is going to weigh, the dry weight online is going to say 4930. Now with all the options that you're going to see here today, this trailer is going to weigh between 54 and 5,500 pounds. So if that sounds interesting to you, stick around. I'm going to show you all the details. Now if you want to subscribe to our channel, hit the subscribe button. If you click the bell icon next to that, it will actually notify you every time we do a new walkthrough. All right, well, let's step inside this 2285 and get started. Hi everybody. I am coming into this 2285 with just a big, beautiful open space in the living area. Let's start with the kitchen. This is around the back of the trailer, and I love the stainless steel front on this refrigerator door. We can take a look inside. And the freezer as well. This is a little different than what you see on a lot of refrigerators. The way these handles work, they actually pull forward so you can grab something and not have to use your fingers. They have a beautiful stainless steel front on this oven. And this is the new Dometic style with the silver controls on the front and then the grate on the top. Can you get a good shot of that? Now this grate actually pulls off in one piece for cleaning, and I like to show that because it makes it very easy to clean. If you're actually using this stove on a regular basis, you're going to have to clean it. This is a heavy-duty iron grate, just sits right back down. You don't have all those individual burners to deal with. They also have a glass top stove on this. A glass top on the stove. It folds over flat. It actually makes it very easy to use the stovetop as a countertop if you need that. If you're not cooking, you've got countertop here, and then of course the countertop that goes around the sink. But before we move on, let's look at the stainless hood vent here. It has a light, and it also has the fan that vents to the outside. The stainless front on this microwave, and Lance does a beautiful job on these microwaves, and they use a flat floor microwave, which means there isn't a glass turntable in there to turn around, and there's none of those annoying plastic rings to get just in the right position. I love that feature. When you're traveling down the road, it's just one less thing to worry about. Now up above, this is what's going to control the slide out room in the dinette. And the controls on the side are the actual soffit lights. Let me show you that. You've got separate lighting throughout the Lance. I love to show that so people can know the options of how to light up the camper. They put a beautiful light right above this sink so that if you're doing dishes, you'll have that. But there might be times where you just want a little easier lighting and you don't need to light up your kitchen work area. So above this soffit switch right here is going to be the water pump and the water heater lights, and of course the monitor for your battery and the tanks. Very easy to use, very easy to read, and I like the way it's on the side and it's not front and center to the decor of the trailer. Now while we're here, I can mention that you do have two switches right here for the water heater, and that's because the Lance has standard the gas electric DSI water heater. So you can actually run your water heater on gas, or you can run it on electric if you're plugged in at a campground. You have both options on every Lance. This is just a wonderful little splash guard in the back and the side. Easy to clean. Now, underneath the oven is going to be your converter, breakers and fuses, easy access right there. And it is a ducted furnace, 20,000 BTU furnace. Again, 4-season trailer, and I'll show you those features as we go through. So that is ducting right here in the front. Now this white strip you see on the oven, that's just to keep it covered during shipping. That pulls off. It actually is a black handle. Okay, over here, let's take a look in the cabinetry. Now when we're looking at Lance cabinets, I love to show the finish of it. The solid wood framing on here, the panels are all one piece. It isn't stiles that are stapled together. This is glued and screwed all one piece front panels. Very solid cabinetry and lots of storage right up here above the sink area. You do have blinds in the kitchen. There are no mini blinds in the rest of the trailer, but RVIA standards require mini blinds in the kitchen. So you will see those only here, and they're a nice silver color, so they look great. Let's look at the sink. It's a large single sink with it's fairly deep. I would say it's probably 6-7 inches deep. I love the residential feel of the molded sink that is undermount. You don't have any lips coming over the top. This countertop just has such a luxurious feel. It looks similar to a stone or a granite countertop, even though it's not. A much lighter weight molded countertop. You've got the pull sprayer on the faucet. Got the arched faucet that swivels and a single handle, so very simple to use. What you'll see in the nice homes out there now. Behind that, I'm going to pull this cap off here. There is a trash can built into the back of this countertop. Now that trash can can be used for almost anything. I've seen it used for plastic bags because people wanted storage for plastic bags. You could use it for trash. You could use it for maybe some extra food scraps that you didn't want to put outside if you're in bear country or didn't want critters to get to it. There's so many uses. Some people use it for their fresh fruit. I've seen it used for all kinds of things. It very easily comes out to dump and empty and clean. A nice 110 plug right here on the front for any of the appliances that you'll be using here. And storage under here. Almost every Lance trailer is going to have what we call smart storage. And that's these pull-out trays. I love trays and I love drawers because it allows you to carry a lot of smaller items that are really accessible. All right. So that really is your kitchen area. Let's take a look over here at the dinette. Okay, so before we talk about the dinette area, I want to mention that there's a spice rack on the back of this seating. And of course, you can put spices there or almost anything that you want easy access to. Below that is the LP and the carbon monoxide detector close to the ground. You know, as we all know, the LP always drops down to the floor. So that's where they put those detectors. Now the seating in this U-shaped dinette is so spacious, you could probably fit 5 or 6 people in here. It also makes a bed. So the table comes off the pole, drops down on the ledge, and then the cushions fold in, and it makes a 55 by 75 bed. That's very comfortable bed, about the size of a full-size bed, maybe slightly smaller, but still very comfortable for 2 adults. So that's a great addition to this trailer. The drawers on the front, they have a pop latch that comes open, and then the drawer pulls out. Look at that. Tons of storage space. It's actually padded with the same trim as is on the dinette. And then with the handle, you just use your thumb to push the button in and that locks it for travel. So sitting on this dinette, it's easy to just feel the space, but also the cushions are so comfortable. Now this one is actually the Passage interior. There's two others. There's a Mystic Shores and a Roadster. And all of them are gorgeous, but they certainly give it a different feel in the dinette area especially. The sofa that we'll look at in a minute is always going to be a leatherette type sofa. This is where you'll see the pattern. And up here around on the valances. They put a dimmable light in the dinette area, which I really appreciate because there are times where you need really bright light. Then there are times where you might want just a softer light, especially in camping. Now, I mentioned in the very beginning that this is a 4-season trailer. One of the things that makes it such a great 4-season trailer is dual pane windows are standard on every lance. So you can see the dual pane windows on 3 sides of this slide out, and the way they open, you can undo this and they actually crank open like an awning. There you go. So you get all the air coming all the way through the entire window, and it has a cool tint on it if it's sunny outside, but you can also open them in the rain. Great feature to have because if it's drizzly outside, that's when you really need the airflow. They have changed the shades. Let me show you how that works. You've got a privacy screen that comes down. It's going to block a lot of sun. And then you've also got the privacy shade that can pull on top of that. That's a great feature to have. A lot easier to work than the pull down blinds. They just give it a full blackout, and then when you're ready for it to go back up, it just rolls up out of your way. All right, so next to the dinette, the 32-inch flat screen Jensen TV. Now this is a 12-volt television, so if you're out in a parking lot, it can run directly off the battery. You don't need to plug in at a campground to watch TV. That can be a real plus. It has a great shelf underneath it, and on the left, the satellite connection and the HDMI connections. Next to that, the 110 plug. On this side is a charging port. So what's in that is going to be the round 12-volt plug-in and then 2 USB ports. The Jensen stereo on underneath the TV is going to have AM, FM, CD, Bluetooth, anything that you would need, and it's going to have 2 speakers here, 2 speakers in the bedroom, and 2 speakers outside. The cabinet underneath, great for all kinds of small storage items that you might need, maybe part of your entertainment. And then another 110 plug on the floor. Seems like an odd place for a plug, but it's very handy if you needed something that was going up to your dinette table. Let's look above us and talk about what's on the ceiling in this living area. Right above me here is going to be the air conditioner. Now you have an option, 10,000 BTU, 13.5, or the 15,000 BTU air conditioner. It's all controlled, along with the furnace, on the thermostat that's actually in the bedroom area. It's going to blow both directions so it can keep the bedroom cool and the living room cool. LED lighting throughout this trailer, inside and out, so you'll see that. If you come forward just a little bit right here, there is a dual pane skylight. Remember, it's 4 seasons, so everything is dual paned. It does have a cover on it, so you can slide this over, and that's going to show it closed and open. Above your kitchen area is going to be just a vent fan that opens and closes. It's not powered, but it allows the air to move around on that side. The TV antenna is going to be over here by the door area. It is the digital antenna, so it really does pull in most of the local stations that are going to be within range. It does a pretty good job. So better than the old crank-up styles. So let's take a look at the sofa area. There is the clock on the wall that is kind of the Lance signature. Next to that is the 110 plug. Now that's really handy if you're sitting on the sofa, working on a computer, needing to plug it in, or any type of electronics. I like the lighting that's underneath these cabinets because it comes directly down if you're reading or needing a work light. Big window behind it. Let's take a look in these cabinets. The latch always holds the doors open on these. Plenty of space in here. You've got 2 cabinets like this. The 2 roller shades on the back of these, just like you saw in the dinette. And this sofa is so comfortable, and it has footstools. Now there's one on this side, one on the other. Now if you didn't want the sofa, there is an option for 2 swivel chairs. They are not going to have the footrests on them, but they're really comfortable, and the chairs are actually not mounted, so you can move them around. And then let me show you how easy it is to make this another sleeping area. All you do is lift this up to make a jackknife bed, and it lays right down. There's your next sleeping area. Goes right back into a sofa as soon as you're done. And you're back to having those 2 recliners. How great is that? On the end of this cabinet, just as you walk in the door on the right, there'll be some more controls. The first control is for your awning. There is an on-off switch to control the power to your awning, and the one next to that, of course, will retract and extend the awning. So simple to put the awning out. On the next set, there is the mood lighting. Now, I love this mood lighting because it actually controls the lighting that is above the dinette. It's a recessed lighting, so it gives you a very soft light in here. So many lighting options in the Lance. Next to that is a courtesy light. Courtesy light really means that when you come in, if you hit this switch right here, it's just going to automatically turn on a ceiling light so that you can find your way around. The next switch actually lights up because that's going to be the light that is on the end of your awning. When the awning is rolled up, you won't be able to tell if that light is on or not. So that feature actually helps to remind you. And then, of course, the patio light on the far side. So all those are very accessible when you walk in the door with a very handy key hook above it. Let's take a look towards the back of the trailer now. Take a look at the bathroom, the bedroom. Okay, so remember there's a curtain that comes across to separate the living area from the bathroom area, and another one as you go into the bedroom, so this can be completely separated off. One of the biggest selling features of this trailer is the closet. This is a full top to bottom closet with a standard door. Of course, this can be outfitted any way you would like. It does have a hanging bar in it, but very easy to outfit some shelving, maybe some drawers in there for you. So this sink is also an undermount sink, just like the one in the kitchen. Very residential feel to that. I love this single faucet, single handle on the top, very sleek. The light here is going to work directly above your medicine cabinet. A lot of bathroom storage in this trailer and a full cabinet underneath. The towel rack hanging right to the right. And above that, the thermostat that I'd mentioned earlier. That's going to control the furnace and the air conditioner. Now there is a little table here that opens up if you wanted a little more counter space on the side. If you had a bag or something that you carried some of your stuff in, you can set it right here. That drops back down. And of course, there's a second door on this into the bedroom. So you have a bedroom door and you have a living room door in the front. So stepping in the bathroom, you'll notice that there's a large storage cabinet on the left, up high, and then there's a towel rack right underneath it for storing those towels, hanging them there to dry. The shower has a molded side walls. I love the way the door on it is on rails, so it's not a floppy curtain, and it actually has a bow on the top, so it gives you lots of room to move around when you're in the shower. There's the dual pane skylight in the top for extra headroom. Now the handheld shower portion adjusts up and down on the brushed stainless pole. It is a single handle. And then on the back wall, there's 3 more cabinets and 2 more cubbies for storage. And on top of that, the power fan. Now, Lance always puts a porcelain toilet in their units. That residential feel and ease of cleaning it, it is a foot pedal flush, and you will have the heater vent in the bathroom. There will always be a heater vent in the bathroom so that it gets warm just like the rest of the trailer. Now on the outside, there's a curved wall here. I love the feel of that because it makes it easy to make this corner into the walk-around bed. Gives it a nice residential open feel coming into this hallway. This is the curtain we talked about that closes off the bedroom. And then as you walk around, you'll notice on this wall in the bedroom, there'll be 2 attachment points and all of the plugins that you would need to hook up a television. The option back here, if you wanted to order it from Lance, is a 28-inch Jensen. It is a 12-volt television as well, just like the one in the front. And it can be mounted right here. These are the mount holes. Easy to add on if the dealer doesn't have it installed already, or you can purchase the mount and do it yourself. Now the aluminum welded frame in this trailer gives it a real solid structure, but then also there's laminated walls on the sides, the roof, the floor, very solid. Asdel used on the inside wall and on the outside. Now Asdel is that composite material that's not going to soak up any water, no humidity is going to bother it, so it's going to give you a long life as opposed to wood or any type of paper covered product. On the other thing that I like to mention on these laminated floors and ceilings and walls, they laminate the inside walls as well. So this is not a framed wall with a paneling stapled to it. This is a solid wall. So what do you do when you connect a solid wall to another solid wall? Well, you certainly can't staple it together, and that's what you see so many times in a travel trailer. So you will see some of the connection points on the Lance, and I get a lot of questions about those, and that is how you actually put this together to be such a solid frame. Gives the trailer a nice high-end look and gives you a quality build. All right, so on both sides of this walk-around bed is a storage cabinet on the top. It does have a hanging bar at the top, but there is lots of space in here. So certainly you could arrange it any way you wanted with shelves or cubbies. Underneath you have a full-length, kind of a side table. So great for, you know, your book, your glasses, whatever you needed to keep on the side table. And both sides have 110 plugs. On this side, there is a charging port with the 12-volt plug-in and the 2 USBs. On the far side, there is a light switch that turns on the lights that are underneath these cabinets so that you can see what's on this shelf at night. Reading lights on both sides, and another recessed lighting above this shelf up here. Just gives it a beautiful feel, and of course all of these lights can be turned on separately so you can light it up however it works for you. Now this bed is a Serta queen mattress. It's a true queen, just like the one in your house. It's going to have a pillow top on it, very comfortable, and it lifts up and has storage underneath. So if you lift this up, you've got great storage under here. I love the way they have the storage underneath, all finished out. It isn't a rough box, nothing unfinished in a Lance. Now, what we haven't talked about is the most obvious thing, and that's the Stargazer window in the front. The Stargazer window, actually, it's a windshield material and dual paned. It has the same day-night shade in it that covers the entire window if you wanted to just slow down the light or if you wanted to block it out completely. But when you lay down and relax in this bed, you can actually look up at the stars at night. What a great feature. And on top of that, it gives you that beautiful curved front. It's aerodynamic. It has very little wind resistance and just tows beautifully because of that. So above the bed, we've got a power fan. If you were in a situation where you just simply wanted to create a little breeze in here, you can make this bedroom area very comfortable. I didn't mention the drawers underneath these. I love the fact that each side of the bed has their own drawer, their own countertop, and their own cabinet above. Now on the far side, there's a magazine rack underneath the window. And there are windows on both sides. Now these again are the dual paned windows. It is a 4-season camper, and they open up just like the ones in the kitchen. So you can open them if it's drizzly outside or raining, and you can get air coming through the entire bottom half of the window. Speakers above, LED lights in the ceiling. Just a gorgeous area in here, completely separate from the living area. I think we've showed you an awful lot of features in here. Let's take a look outside. So the outside of this trailer is going to show you nothing but quality. When you come out, you'll notice the gel coat exterior, the frameless windows. This is your entertainment center here. It has a 12-volt plug-in, the 2 USBs, and 110 right here, so you can hook up a television on this pod right here. There's a little bracket that fits over this, very easy to move it in and out, and create an entertainment center underneath the 19-foot awning. The awning goes out in a matter of seconds. I'll show you that at the end of the video. The frameless windows give it such a great look. Now remember, these are thermal pane windows, dual pane on every Lance trailer. 14-inch tires, the aluminum wheels. Notice that both doors have 2 steps. That's because they make a very low-profile trailer. It's going to be super easy to tow. Keyless entry on the rear door into the living area. If you don't have a key, you can just put your code in, get in or out. Both doors are going to have a swing-away handle. They just lift up and swing out of the way whenever you're not using them. But when you need them to get in or out of the trailer, just a nice handy thing to have. Let's go around the back of the trailer. I love the LED strip lights on the back. It's such a clean look. They do have the 4-inch bumper, so you can actually store your sewer hose in there if you wanted, but you do have storage in the front as well. Your furnace and your refrigerator vents are right here on the back. This is the aluminum fat tube ladder. Very sturdy. It's going to take a lot of weight and give you access to the roof. It is a full walk-on roof. It's PVC crowned. Great. It's going to last you for lots of years. I believe it has a 12-year warranty on it. Vent for the hood on the top. Remember your DSI water heater, it is gas and electric. That is standard. Another frameless window that's in the kitchen above the sink. Now on this side, this is where you're going to be connecting at the campground. The electrical plug actually has a collar on it, so it fits nicely and secures on here. It does have a light on the top, and I love that because then you can tell whether you have power coming from the pole or coming through your cord. If for some reason you're not getting power inside your trailer, you can tell if it's actually getting to this point. There is a park cable and a satellite cable next to that, and your hot and cold water in your outside shower. Now let's look below. Down here, there is the rear stabilizing jack, and I'll show you those controls in the front. It is electric, and you do each side separately. In front of that, you'll see the gray tank pull and a fresh tank drain. Now there are 2 gray tanks on this. Both of them are 45 gallon. So this is the rear, and then there's another one in the front. So you've got lots of gray water here. You know, that's always the one that fills up first. So to have 90 gallons of gray water and 45 gallons of fresh, 45 gallons of black water. The storage on the dinette slide out, accessible from the outside, is so useful for all your outside gear. The door opens up. Of course, they have the magnetic catches on all the Lance doors. I love that. but so much gear can fit in here if it's lawn chairs, anything like that that you need to put in here and store. In front of this dinette slide out, you will look underneath and see the other gray tank and the black tank flush. Now they're together in that hookup right there. Makes it very simple to dump together. There is a black tank flush on this, so you hook a water hose here, and that's actually going to clean your black tank as you're dumping it. So in front is this wonderful little storage spot where you can actually store other sewer hose fittings. You know, you do have the bumper where you could store a sewer hose, so you could put extra fittings in here, extra sewer hoses, small tools, anything that you like to keep in a metal bin that's going to not get dirty, not mess up your compartments. Very handy little spot for all kinds of things. Now the pass-through in the front of this trailer, this particular one has the storage bin in it. Now that's optional, and I'll show you from the other side. But it does have a light feature there, so you can see, and your battery disconnect is on the wall, right on the left. There is a lug wrench mounted on the right. Very handy. And again, the magnetic catches on these doors. And this is a baggage door catch right here. So it's very solid, and it closes super easy. When you just drop the door down, it's going to close and latch. Now up in front of that, this is the controls I was telling you about. And this is how you actually raise and lower the electric stabilizer jacks. The center one is going to turn on the power for both sides, and then the front and the rear are controlled separately. Makes it very simple to set up when you get to the campground. Now there's a battery tray on both sides of the front of this trailer. It's all on a rail. And get a load of those slide bearings. It's a nice metal slide. When you put a heavy battery in here, you need it to slide easily, not just drag it out. So it's super easy to pull that out, check your battery, and close the compartment. They are actually hooked together in the front of the trailer. So you'll see an exact compartment on the other side, just like this. Let's look at the front of the trailer. The front has an ABS molded rock guard on the front, LED lighting here, so it's going to actually light up the front of the trailer when you're hooking up or at night. Very nice feature. The smart jack, what a wonderful invention. You can actually program this jack so that you can push the button, it can go to the exact height that you need to load your vehicle onto it. And very simple to operate. It just makes judging the height that it needs to be at super simple. This is what Lance calls a Tri-5 propane. The ABS cover keeps it clean. It has 4 latches on it, so it's easy to take on and off. But you can just lift up the top, turn on one of the 2 5-gallon propane tanks that are in here. There is an automatic switchover, and then you have a third one right up front. That's a spare. Now it is not connected, but easy to replace one of your 2 working propane tanks with this spare. And then you know, kind of, okay, I need to get that one filled. Great, you've got 15 gallons of propane right here. So it's a great feature. The front of this trailer is just so nice looking, and this curve makes it very aerodynamic when you're towing it down the road. Now back around to this side, it's going to look very much like the other side we looked at. There is the battery compartment with the slide-out tray on this side, identical to the one on the other side. These are the controls for the electric stabilizer jacks. You notice there is not an on-off switch in the middle, it's only on the other side. It is actually on the driver's side. There is a plug right up front for the portable solar panels. If you were boondocking, you wanted to keep those batteries charged. There's a couple of companies that make nice suitcase models, And they're very light, very simple to use, and you can just plug it in right here and it'll charge your batteries. Now in front of that, this is the pass-through. It has the other end of that storage tray here. Now the clip holds it in place when you're traveling. If you pull it out, it pulls out very easily. It's very simple to use. You notice there's a little pin right here, and that keeps it from coming completely out. Although if you wanted to come out a little bit more, or you wanted to take it out and wash it, you just pull that pin, the entire tray comes out. Very simple to use. Slide it right back in. And that wonderful compartment door that just latches so easy. Now underneath here, let's see right here, this is going to be the outside gas port. It is a quick connect in case you wanted to hook up the grill on the outside. You're going to have that 19-foot awning that comes to right about here, so you could put it right here on the outside for grilling, cooking outside, whatever you needed. You do have a door latch to hold this door open, as on the other one. And that brings us right back around to where we started. All right, before you go, let's take a look at how the awning works. So there's lots of great things about this awning. It's 19 feet long, it's armless, so even somebody 6 foot tall, I know that's the joke, I'm so short, won't have any problem walking underneath these arms. It goes out with one push button and then it rolls right into place. The light is actually out on the outside of it instead of right up against the trailer. So it just feels great under here. You know, the best thing about it, if a wind kicks up and blows it around a little bit, it automatically retracts. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed seeing some of the features on this Lance 2285. I love this trailer. So many great things that I tried to tell you about. If I missed something, just let us know. We'll be glad to help you with them. I'm PJ with Princess Craft RV here in Round Rock, Texas. And remember, if you'd like to see more walkthroughs, just subscribe to our YouTube channel and click that bell, and that will notify you every time we make a new walkthrough. Thanks for watching. Talk to you soon.